Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I'm going to do 3 different eyeshadow tutorials all in one video, all using the same palette. So the palette I'm using today is the Wants palette from Emily Noel and Makeup Revolution. She actually released 2 different palettes. One is called The Needs and is a little bit more of a basic palette with a few face powders and 6 different eyeshadows. And I've already done a tutorial using the Needs, so I'll put the link to that tutorial right here in case you're looking for one on that. But today we're going to use the Wants, which is all about the eyes. This contains 24 pans of eyeshadow, and color is the theme here. Emily really uses a lot of color in her eyeshadow tutorials most of the time, and she looks fantastic in a lot of color. She has much darker coloring than me, but I think it doesn't really matter. You can wear color, you can tone it up or down as you choose, and the shades that she's chosen in here are so well curated for doing lots of different looks. So today's look is kind of a pinky mauvey look. The next one is going to be kind of a purple look, and then in the third look I'm going to try to incorporate those greens into an eyeshadow look. And I love all the looks that I was able to create with this palette. So I hope you enjoy the tutorials. I'll put what time each tutorial starts, so if you're interested in one or the other you can just hop over to that one. So let's start in with the first tutorial. First step is eye primer. Today I'm going to use CoverGirl Lid Lockup. Discovered this one over the summer. I think it really makes the eyeshadow colors pop, and it also keeps them in place and crease proof all day long. So I just put one little swipe on each eyelid and then go ahead and spread it from lashes to brow with my finger. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics 112 brush to pick up the cream, tap it off on the palette, and then apply it to the lower part of each eyelid from the inner corner to the outer corner, from the lashes just up to the crease. Then using whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to apply that just beneath my eyebrows for a brow highlight. You can dip back into the cream and apply more to the eyelid to build up opacity. Then I'm using my MAC 221 brush and the shade Prayer. Be sure to tap off your brushes after each. And I'm applying that from the outer corner at the crease down to my lash line, then using it in small circular motions to go across the curve of the crease. If you have hooded or crepey or wrinkly eyelids, you can reach over with your other hand and just gently pull up on your eyebrow to create a nice smooth surface to apply your eyeshadows to, so you don't get any skipping with the eyeshadow. Then I'm going in with my Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered Blending Brush and blending that out, but keeping the color low and into the crease. Next, I'm just working back in with my MAC 221 brush in Prayer and applying more of that color a little bit above the crease to make sure that I keep the part of my hooded eye that folds forward receding into the background. You want to darken that up. So I'm creating a shape that's kind of a point and drawing a straight line from the inner corner of my eyebrow to the outer corner of my eyebrow. And then I'm using my Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered Blending Brush to blend that out again. And then going back into Prayer with the MAC 221 brush, I am repeating the process on the other side. Then I'm going in with my Sigma E47 brush and the color Pi-Fi, and I'm applying that just at the outer corner of the eyelid on the movable lid. I put my brush at the edge of the crease, and then I just draw it down at an angle to my lash line. Then I work back and forth into Pi-Fi with the brush, deepening up the color at the outer corner. Then I'm going back in with my Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered Blending Brush to blend that out, but still keeping it low and in the crease. I'm using the same brush, the Sigma E47. I'm dipping just the tip of it back into Pi-Fi, and I'm drawing that down below my lower lashes to connect my lower lash line up to the eyeshadow at the outer corner, and then repeating on the other eye. These shadows layer beautifully over the top of each other. They don't get muddy, the colors stay true, and they blend out really beautifully. Next, I'm just taking my finger and rubbing it into the shade Cupcake, and I'm applying that directly to the center of the movable part of my eyelid, and then drawing it towards the inner corner of my eye, and repeating on the other eye. For the next step, I'm using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray. I'm just spraying it into the cap. Then I'm using my Sigma E56 lid shader, wetting it in the setting spray, and then going back into Cupcake. And then I'm going to apply that with the brush at the very inner corner of each eye to really brighten that up and have the shimmer color pop at the inner corner. Next, I'm going into Capricorn with my Sigma E36 blending brush. I'm going to darken up the outer corner of each eye with that. So I'm just going to apply it from the crease down to the lashes at the outer corner, bringing it up a little bit into the crease using just a tiny circular motion, digging it deep into the crease to keep it really small and really close in there. I don't really want to spread a lot of it up above the crease. And then going back in with my Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered blending brush to blend that all out. Next, I'm using my MAC Eye Kohl eyeliner pencil in Prunella and applying that to the upper waterline. So I just kind of look down into my mirror and rub that pencil at the base of my lashes. When I get to the outer corner with the eyeliner pencil, I just leave a little extra blob of eyeliner there. Then I pick up a flat, thin brush like my Morphe M432 brush, and I just put that at the outer corner of my eye and just pull it up at an angle towards my eyebrow to create the perfect little wing. Also on the lower lash line, I'm going to put that below my lashes on the bottom. I'm using my Sephora Contour Eye Pencil in Blonde Ambition to brighten up the lower waterline. Next, I'm going to use a liquid liner. It's Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. Press it and drag it the tiniest little way. I don't try to do my whole eyelid in one swoop. And then I use that little guide that we made earlier with the blob technique to create my little wing at the outer corner. The mascara I'm using today is CoverGirl Flourish. I'm just going to apply 2 coats of this to my upper lashes. And there's the finished look for the first tutorial. Very pretty, very wearable. For the second tutorial, I am going to do more of a purple look. So let's go into that one now. We're going to start with the same lid primer, the CoverGirl Lid Lockup, so pat that all over your lids. Then we're going to go ahead and use the Morphe M167 brush and the color the cream. We are going to pat that over the movable lid, starting in the center of the eye and working most of the color into the inner corner and then fading it out towards the outer corner, bringing it up into the crease but not going above the crease. Then you can use whatever's left on the brush right below the eyebrow to do a little brow highlight. Next, I'm going to take my Morphe M514 brush and I'm going to dip that into Midwest. So we're going to put that brush into the crease at the outer corner of the eye and drag it down at a diagonal towards the eyelashes and then bring it about 1/3 of the way across the eyelid. That's going to help make our eyes look uplifted and more awake. Then picking up some more Midwest on the brush, go deep into the crease at the outer corner, pressing the brush in there and then drag it across along the curve of the crease from the outer corner of the eye to the inner corner of the eye. Then using my Sigma E47 crease shader, I'm going into Family. This color looks really dark and scary in the palette, but it doesn't go on that dark on the eye. It's easily blended. Place that brush at the outer corner over where you initially started with Midwest. Put it right on top of Midwest and just pat it there so you're not adding too much. You can put a little bit into the crease, but you don't want to drag that all the way across from the outside to the inside. You want to keep that at the outer third of the eyelid. Then using the Morphe 441 brush, I'm going to blend that out. Then using the same brush, the Sigma E47, I'm going to dip into Capricorn and I'm going to use that just to darken up the outer corner. So I'm going to layer that right on top of Midwest and Family. Then I'm going to use the Morphe 441 blender brush to blend that out again. Next, I'm going to take my Sigma Lid Shader E56 brush and I'm going to dip that into Bell Violet. I'm going to apply that to the center of my movable lid, just moving the brush back and forth and moving it out towards the outer corner of my eye. Then I'm going to use just the other side of the same brush and dip that into Eve Rose. I'm going to pack that on at the inner corner and blend it into Bell Violet. Now I'm just going to use my finger to add a little more Eve Rose at the inner corner to help intensify the gold and bright shimmer at the inner corner. Then I'm going to go in with MAC eye kohl crayon in Prunella. I'm going to do my tight lining on the upper lash line, also on the lower lash line. I'm going to put that above my lashes on the top and below my lashes on the bottom. So I have a nice purple eyeliner to amp up the purple look. Then I'm going to add 2 coats of Chanel Inimitable Intense Mascara, and that completes the eye look. All right, that one was fun to do. I love the purples, but now let's really switch it up and go into the greens. And as with all the other ones, I'm using the CoverGirl Lid Lock-Up Eyelid Primer. Some of my other even higher end eyelid primers that I use with this palette, I don't get the color payout, I don't get the good blend. So if you had any trouble with this palette at all, try something like the CoverGirl Lid Lock-Up. So today we're going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of doing the cream all over like I normally do, I am going to use the brush that I've used for the cream. That is the Morphe 167 brush, and we're going to dip into Oh Heavens, which is a shimmery pale greeny goldy color. Very pretty. Oh wait, should you guys come closer? Yes, please do. Hi! So I'm going to place the first pat right in the center of my eyelid, close to the eyelashes, and then I'm just going to pat that towards the inner corner. You can do little from up to down dragging motions on that. Bring it into the inner corner. Next brush I'm going to use is my Morphe 514 brush. Very similar to the MAC 221, an awesome crease brush. Today for the crease color we're going to use Hobby. So I'm just going to roll my brush in there, tap it off. Ooh, one important thing I forgot. We'll have a little bit of fallout using the darker shades. So I had used my usual eyeshadow guard, which is a post-it note. The way I'm going to position this is how I want my eyeshadow to go. So I'm going to do it from outer corner angled up towards my eyebrow, just like this. I'll just use a little piece of Scotch tape, and that'll help the post-it to stay in place better. So for today we're going to start out closer to the eyebrow and bring it down at an angle to the inner corner, and you can just kind of follow along the edge of that post-it. Bring it down to your eyelashes and then dig it deep into the crease and bring it across, following that curve of the crease of your eye. Okay, I'm going to dip back into Hobby. And then I'm going to add more of this across the eyelid than I usually do. Usually I just do that little bit of an outer V with this medium crease color. Today I'm going to bring it and cover up about half of my eyelid. I think this is my favorite crease color in the palette. Next, I am going to use my Morphe 504 brush. We're going to pick up a little side hustle. For side hustle, I'm going to start right above my iris in the center of my eye, and I'm going to put that on the movable part of my lid, and I'm going to drag it out to the corner. So you definitely can build these up. It might take a couple of passes, especially if you're tapping off your brush, then you lose a lot of the color as well. And we're not going to bring this up into the crease because I don't want it to turn all green up high here. I want to keep that nice and neutral. This is a little bit of a shimmery color, so I don't want the shimmer to go up high. Next I'm going to use my Morphe 441 blending brush and just gently blend that across. Next I'm going to be using my Sigma E47 crease brush, and we're going to go into the darkest color in the palette, which is called Dark and Early, using your post-it as a guide. So I'm going to press that there and then drag it kind of down and across the base of the lashes. Then grab that blending brush again, place it on the eyeshadow, move it in little circular motions. So we're not moving that all over the eyelid, you're just keeping that really low and really close. Next I'm going to go back to the first brush that I used, which is the Morphe M167. I'm going to go into Grateful right here and pack that on over where we had originally put the lightest color. I'm going to do some push brush eyeliner here using my Sigma E65 small tapered brush. I've got some setting spray sprayed in the cap. The one I'm using today is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I'm going to wet my brush, so I'm going to dip it in there. Then we're going to go back into Dark and Early and just push it at the base of the upper lashes. But at the outer corner, it's so easy to make a little wing with the brush. All you do is just line it up with that outer corner in the post-it, and you just press it. You get your wing, and then you turn it to connect the two, And there it is, perfect little wing. Now I'm going to take off my Post-it. Oh, some snuck under. Dang it. Don't worry, everything can be fixed in makeup. I'm going to take whatever's left on my brush and I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner underneath my lower lashes, just to kind of connect it up to the eyeliner on the uppers. I'm just going to grab a Q-tip, clean that line up and blend it out a little. For that little bit of eyeshadow that got through, first I'm going to start with a piece of tape. And I'm just going to touch up where the tape removed a little bit of my concealer. I'm going to grab a little more hobby just on the tip of the brush. I'm just going to run that underneath just to blend that all together. All right, we'll just put on a little more eyeliner. So I'm going to be using my Sephora 12-hour waterproof contour liner in Tiramisu. This is a matte brown. So I just put that right up at the base of my lashes and just color in that waterline. Just makes the lashes look thicker and fuller and darker. And then using the same eyeliner just in a different color. This one is Blonde Ambition. I'm just going to put that in the lower waterline. For the mascara today, I wanted pretty big, bold looking lashes, so I'm going to go with a combo of the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplify Primer. And I am going to go ahead and use the NARS Climax Mascara, which in my Faves and Fails at the beginning of the month I said I didn't like this. This was a fail because it flakes, but all it needs is a primer to make it not flake, and since I have it, I thought, well, let me use it up, and it does give bold, dramatic lashes. So these drugstore primers are just as good as a high-end primer, so if you've spent money on a high-end mascara and it flakes or smudges, just like run out and get a drugstore primer and it will make it work so much better. All right, so there's the finished look using the greens from the Emily the Wants palette. All right, you guys, that's all 3 tutorials. I really enjoyed creating these looks for you in this video. I love using the Wants palette. I hope that if you have your Wants palette that you are able to play along with me today. And if you don't have your Wants palette yet, I highly recommend it. It is so, so good. So that's it for today's video, everybody. I sure hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. So thanks as always for spending a little bit of time with me today. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.